All right. Trade recap. Today was actually crazy. One of the honestly best days I've had all month. Really stressful day. I'm gonna get into it, dude. Today was just unfortunate luck. We still ended up green on the day, but we just had, dude. Oh my gosh, my cortisol levels were to the roof today, bro. It was insane. Um, as you can see, NQ took one win, two win, three win here on ES, or not ES, sorry, YM. There's also a gold win. Well, it was actually break even, but as you know from the previous recaps, I'm not trading gold, okay, unless it's A plus. All right, I fucking hate gold. Um, I just don't like the way it moves. Okay, just me personally. As of right now, I don't know how my thoughts would change in the future, but as of right now, fuck gold. But anyways, I just have this set up for the thumbnail, um, just to show all the trades that I took. Took so many trades, dude. Shit was crazy. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into this and let's go full screen. So this first trade, actually, let's just, dude, I'm gonna have to go kind of in depth on this one because, dude, today was fucking crazy. Oh my gosh, it was so annoying. I have to fart. It was silent. Okay, anyways, alright, so we make a new week opening gap, which I didn't even realize because I don't check markets on Sunday when they open. I check Monday morning, so it was kind of a surprise to see this, and immediately the one thing I see is that we're rejecting off of this. Okay, we have London highs available, we have these previous day highs available as well. Um, yeah, so we automatically looked very bullish. I think we were also rejecting. No, what was it? Maybe here on ES. Okay, we weren't rejecting, but we created a 4 hour, which I could see a possibility of us running down to this 4 hour, although we didn't have one on NQ. Um, that was just a possibility. Okay, that's like the last level I'd be looking to long from there. Um, but ideally, not really much to go down deeper to because we already almost completely filled this new week opening gap, and we already have a rejection. We inverse this hourly here. Like our whole structure is just bullish. Okay, so the one things that I do mark is if I go back to this hourly, we have an hourly right here that was created. We also have a 15-minute a little bit under this right here. Aligns with true day open, also aligned with at the time OTE. No, EQ, not OTE, sorry. Um, so yeah, this is a great level. This is really what I wanted. I would consider this A plus if this happened. If we just come down to this level, I really, really wanted to see this 15-minute get tapped, and then rejection from there. And yeah, that's what I wanted to see for the day. Um, but market open was kind of strange. We just I don't even need this because we don't ever come down there. An insane market open, bro. Within 3 minutes of 3 or 4 minutes, we run up 130 points. I think 100. We go up to 150. Dude, we go past it. Oh my gosh, 200 points off rip. Market opens like the first 5 minutes. That's crazy. But anyways, we already took out our main DOL for the day at this point in time. Okay, we already hit these highs. We tapped into this hourly. That's what it says, right? Let me see. Can't. This is so annoying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's an hourly right there. We also hit a 15-minute. So honestly, all the draws here were pretty much like taken. Yes, we could expand higher. We do have OTE on this massive range from the dump that we made from last Thursday. So I did really love OTE here. But one thing that I really really liked a lot was actually before I get on those levels, I just want to go to this part real quick. So what I was looking for was a continuation. We hit this 5 minute. We have great rejection from here. And let me pull the other chart up. Actually, I do no need for that. This was a 2 minute, right? Yes, we did give a model here. Wasn't paying attention. No, that's not it right there. Right there. I'll explain why I didn't take this, but let's get through the actual trade that I took first. So this right here is where my entry is. You won't see it here because it's the 1 minute chart, but this was a 30-second entry that I took. Yes, we did inverse. Well, at the time, I don't think we did. Let me check. Yeah, at this time, we didn't. we're rejecting off this 2 minute. And on ES, we actually have a lot more delivery here. We're rejecting off a 1 minute, a 2 minute, a 3 minute right there, and I believe that's it. So multiple time frame fair value gaps. Why is it freezing on me? Are you serious? Okay, multiple time frame fair value gaps. At this point in time, we inverse this 5 minute actually. That's pretty neat. But yeah, not looking for longs here, okay? And here's why, because we already took, for one, we already took out our main targets for the day. For two, we have this unmitigated hourly as well as this 15-minute. And I do think a rebalance is necessary because of this massive expansion that we've had, especially at market open. And this aligns with OTE. Everything does. We have in the hourly, the 15-minute, true day open, everything aligning within that OTE pocket. So really wanted to see a retrace here. And yeah, so once I saw us rejecting off that, and then after looking at ES, of course, I saw the first 30-second, took that. I got a little bit of a later entry just because I was kind of contemplating on whether I should take longs or not. I was really looking for a continuation model, but I like the draws to the downside more, okay? And I felt like these were great targets that had to get hit. Even if we did want to run up for the rest of the day, I really felt like this was necessary. I love these targets, dude. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks so good to me. And here's the unfortunate part, okay? Yes, this was a winning trade. As you can see, it hit for a 1.5, almost 1.6 R. But, dude, okay, this fucking killed me. We started running up, and I was like, all right, this could be a loss. Makes perfect sense. We are inside of a 5 minute at this point, but so I wasn't really gonna mind it, right? And I got saved. I was like, wait, I got saved, and then, but no. I take this on the micro chart, right? I take this on the micro chart, and look what we do here, bro. We make equal highs, and we take me out. If I just extended my stop just a little bit, like maybe even just a tick, bro, even just the slightest tick, I would have been saved from this loss, right? I would have taken a dub, or at least got it to break even, right? But no. Not gold, sorry. NQ, the mini chart, did not, okay? We left these highs open. We were just shy of taking them out, but on the micro chart we did, and so I was like, that's some fucking bullshit, bro. I took a re-entry here, not on the 1 minute. I think there was like a 30-second that I took. Don't quite remember, and I just went break even right when we hit here. We did end up getting about half, more than half. We were up like, because I lost 1,000. This was on an eval, by the way. I took this on an eval. I was trying to get this past, and so I lost like about 1,000 because I doubled the size. And I was up around 700 on this trade, so I almost made it back, and then just ended up getting break even, which I figured would probably happen, which is when we came down here. But that's so unfortunate because, yes, this probably could have been a break even trade, but also when I look back at it, I didn't notice that ES had taken the draws that we wanted. Okay, we hit the hourly and we hit the 50-minute. That was absolutely perfect, bro. Like, what more can you ask for? Let's actually check if this was an OTE, which I guarantee it is. Yup, OTE tap. Dude, this was so perfect, dude. This is exactly what I wanted. And of course we had the SMT, which I wasn't really like sticking to. I was so fixated on NQ at the fact that I got stopped on the micro chart. And that this should have like won. I was so fixated on that. I wasn't even looking at ES. And so if I was paying attention like I'm supposed to, I would have seen that ES hit these levels, and I could have just taken out at that 700 that I was up or whatever. But nah, this ended up running back up to break even, and I was like, you know, it's whatever. And yeah, I was at this point in time, my bias flipped. Was then bullish. Because as I said, I only wanted these targets up. It's not like I was aiming all the way down here. I just wanted these targets right here. So since we hit that on ES, we have a massive SMT right there. Dude, oh my gosh, I can't get over how good this looks. Then at this point in time, if I just scooch this over a bit, now I'm looking for longs, right? We have a good low resistance, not low resistance, relatively equal highs right here. Great set. And a break-even point honestly could be this, but since the fair value gap is pretty huge and we could probably close very, very closely to these relatively equal highs, made my break-even point this swing high up here. And my targets were Like I said before, I really love the OTE from the massive dump we made from Thursday all the way to this low we have made at the end of the week on Friday. And yeah, we also have a 15-minute aligning right there. And let me see what this. Okay, so we have OTE and the 50-minute. That's pretty much my main targets that I'm looking to catch. And if we get longs, which we did. And yeah, let's go ahead and walk through this because this was a pain in the ass. So at this point, I'm down, still down on a winning trade. I was down on that. So, and then we end up getting break even on a re-entry. So boom, we don't actually. I kind of got lucky here. So as you can see, this fair value gap has not been inverse. It's still showing on this indicator here, and dude, I don't know, dude. I mean, it looks like it got inverse. It really did. So I ended up taking it, and I realized like a couple seconds after I took it, I turned this indicator on. I was like, dude, fuck. There's no way I lose to this shit because of that, dude. Dude, I would have been so pissed. You don't even know. And then I checked ES because I was like, surely ES should have inversed the gap, right? Maybe NQ is just a bit delayed, but no. ES does the same exact thing. So that was pretty fucking scary, okay? We did end up inversing the 2-minute, which was pretty nice. I think we did it on NQ. No, we didn't do it on Q. It was just on ES. But yeah, once I saw this dump, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I just either blow this account, because I'm not trying to, make up for these losses, especially on an eval. It's just a waste of time. So I was like, let me just extend this. Ended up extending it down here. And yeah, we respected this gap here, got a nice push up. And then once we broke these relatively equal highs, I went break even at these relatively equal highs, I believe, because we had a deep retrace, and I didn't think that we would need to retrace to anything else. I mean, if I did see price coming down, maybe I would have moved my stops a little bit lower, just to give that some breathing room. But other than that, this is a great break-even point, especially seeing this delivery. We do end up hitting the actual break-even point. And now all I need is for this OTE to get tapped, right? Or a little bit slightly above it. I'm not too sure, but that's all I need. And I'm like, all right, bet. That's, of course, to make up for the loss. But if I want to make up for the loss as well as make the full amount that I need for this day, because I'm on a top step account, so there's a consistency rule, then I would need this high up here to get hit. And so I did extend the take profits. Mind you, if I would have at least gotten break even on this trade, right? If I would have at least gotten break even on this trade and just been up 0 for the day, I could have took this and been done for the day, right? But no, I had to make back the loss, and then I also had to make the profit I need to get this account passed. And then, so that fucking sucks. So I could have banked on this trade and been done for the day. But nah, I had to extendo to take profits, and yeah, I ended up trailing my stop around here because I was up, I think, around 2,000 here, and needed to make back that 1,000. So I did trail my stops to around the like $1,000, and yeah, got break even and wasn't too mad at that. I'm glad I trailed my stop. Otherwise, I would have made absolutely nothing here, and that would have fucking sucked. I would have still been down 2% on the day, but yeah, that was kind of annoying. And I was like, it's fine. At least I'm break even. I don't have to, use money on to buy a whole new account. I can just wait, come back tomorrow, whatnot. And of course, I was like, I was still up around 500 because I trailed to 1,500. My bad. I said 1,000, but I trailed to 1,500, and yeah, so I was up 500, and I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck about this. I'm still gonna need 2 trades to pass anyways. So I was like, I might as well risk this 500, at least this 500 that I am up. I'll risk that for the day and to see if I can get back up there. And yeah, that's what I did. I was like, I'm willing to just risk 500 on any trade, and if I lose it, I really don't care because I'm basically just back at break even. But I see no point in being up 500 if I still need 2 trades to pass, if that makes sense. So yeah, looking for a re-entry here, and if I pull my chart up, fuck, I'm gonna have to find it. Where are you? This is bullshit. What? Okay, here we are. So, I actually don't have this mocked up here, but wait, I think I left something out. Did I? No. Where was it? Okay, we got break even. All right, so it's around right here. 24705. Let's see where that is. And it's at 24705 at 1012. All right, so 1012 is where I took a re-entry. 1012 right here, literally on this. I'm gonna go on the micro chart so I can see, because that's of course the chart that I took. Where are we? Okay, there he is. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I might as well have entered a fucking mini, dude. I entered 10 micros. Like, what? Especially after that shit happened on the micro chart, dude. I should have. What was that? Dude, I'm retarded for that. Okay, yeah. So that's where my entry was. It was exactly at 24,707.75. 2477. 24 or 707. So it was around this candle, like right here. Literally right where my cursor is. That's where I took the re-entry. And I didn't even need like because I did of course risk a whole mini on this. So all I needed, mind you, I just need 1,000. I don't need the full 1,500. I just need 2% here. So my take profit was around right here. I remember because it wasn't at this high right there. So I was like, all right, that's makes me slightly more confident this will get hit. Look at this shit, bro. Oh my gosh. Look at this shit, dude. You don't know how fucking pissed I was. You don't know how fucking pissed I was. Oh my gosh, we were so close, and I was like, no, there's no fucking way, right? So, mind you, I do move my stops to be about 500 because I'm not going to, put myself down on the day and then have to make 3 winning days, or take 3 days to pass. So I'm just risking the 500 that I'm up. So I do have I do move my stops to break even, so I can give myself, another trade in case this does get break even. And once it comes down and retraces, I do give this a bit of breathing room. So once this started coming down, I just moved it, kept my stop loss the same placement, and then once we had this rejection went back up, I moved my stops back to break even, and then I saw it's coming back down, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just put my stop loss. I'm just keep my stop loss the same. I'm not going break even on this because I had like pretty high conviction that this would hit, right? And especially getting edge like this, maybe I had some emotional situation going on there, and maybe that influenced my decision to not go break even. But anyways, the outcome is that we lost. Okay, so it did run back up, and I was hyped as fuck. I was like, all right, let's go, finally, bro, let's get this. And then what do you know, we edged these highs right here, dude. Made relatively equal highs, edge TP again, and then I got fucking stopped out, bro. That was so unfortunate, dude. I don't even know what my the actual P&L was. So I did say around 7. Around right here or something. Stop loss was like right there. No. Or was it right there? No, it could have been. What? Okay, maybe it was a little bit up here. It was something like that. I don't know. I really don't remember. But yeah, that was really unfortunate. So at this point, I'm just break even on the day, and I was like, you know what, man, fuck it, it's whatever. I did see this play, and we did have relatively equal highs, and I was like, man, I really just, I didn't take this, and I was like, I guarantee you, if I take this shit is, or if I miss out on this shit's gonna hit. And it did, but I think it actually got break even. So once this got hit, we edged it, we retraced. Boom, we hit that, and I was like, please get break even, and then right when we hit it, I think we came down and hit the break even. Wait, no. Actually, I don't know if we did or didn't, because I do know that we retraced, and I was like, I was debating on just entering off this, but I was like, fuck it, bro, I'm not doing this. Honestly, my mental was just insane, especially after taking a loss right here, which shouldn't have been a loss. getting trailed in profit here, and then I was fine with that. It's whatever. And then getting break even on this shit, bro. Dude, this irritated or not even break even. Taking a loss here. Just getting break even on the day. That shit was so fucking mentally draining. I was just going through so much stress. Of course, I managed it pretty well this day, but yeah, this did end up hitting. And at this point in time, I'm like, there's nothing to be trading here. Like literally every single one of my targets got hit. We're already in OTE. There's like nothing to go for here. And then while all this is going on, I do see this. I was waiting for this to happen, right? It was around this candle. I was going to go long here on gold. We end up edging it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just stay out of this. Did not like how gold was. Especially I did say I didn't want to trade gold because it's been pretty ass lately. But this one was a pretty nice play. Let me just go over this real quick. So we did hit this hourly. We filled it completely. We also filled this 50-minute, and we have a decent trend line here. Really good trend line here. This is like a triple top right there. So that is amazing. We also had a really nice prominent low or high right there. That was mostly targeting, and it aligned with this trend line because if we are going to keep generating trend line, we're just going to tap this and then reverse from here. So I like that idea. And we had a very clean 5-minute, and yeah, dude, we already manipulated lower here on this leg, and then we were going to get this 5-minute, and we edged it, so I didn't even bother taking it. So once I did see this 5-minute getting inversed, I was like, fuck gold. So far I have a bad history and rep with gold, so I'm just going to stay out of this. And break-even point was right here, so we hit this fat rejection to the downside, and we would have got break-even there, so I'm not even tripping about that. Probably would have even been more pissed if I just took that and then got break-even, but luckily, so at this point in this time, we're still break-even on the day, and I see this gold play, and at this point, I'm kind of desperate. This is not an actual play that I took, although it was a nice play. We did hit London, respecting this gap. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but we have a 5-minute right there for a break-even point. And it's either it's a 2-minute IFEG with that 5-minute break-even point, and this ultimately delivered. Crazy trade. Really nice. Wasn't even paying attention because I was taking NQ during this time. Yeah, and here's basically the play that I took. So we have failed to hit these London highs, which are also equal highs. It's not anything crazy. It's just like 2 candles back to back made equal highs. We also have this high up here, this fat rejection wick right there. This is an hourly, a 15-minute, and a 30-minute rejection wick. So with that being in play, I was mostly targeting around the CE to the OTE of this wick, and yeah, that's pretty much the targets I had. And by the time we got this entry, it wasn't a 1-to-1, so I was kind of forced to aim all the way up here. But basically the play was we tapped into this 5-minute here. We did inverse this on the other side. It's so obvious that when we want to take these, we also made relatively equal highs right here as well. So this is like so perfect, dude. The drawn liquidity is so perfect. I mean, look at this. This is perfect trend line right there. So once we tap into this 5-minute, we do kind of chop here. We get the 2-minute. We edge this 2-minute a lot, bro. And we finally get this, and I took a little bit of a later play. Like, I took it a little bit late. Not a later play, but a little bit of later entry, or like right here. Stops. Because of this late entry, I just ended up moving stops right here. And I almost got stopped. And at this point, I was like, just fuck me at this point, bro. If this trade, is stopped, I'm just done, bro. I'm done for the day. And yeah, we got really lucky here because, oh my gosh, that's fucking scary. I should have taken a better entry, a nicer place stopped, a stop loss, and would have been better. This was very discretional and very dangerous, especially seeing how we're chopping up here. Just doesn't look too ideal. But yeah, I got really, really lucky here. We ended up reversing, and as soon as we took these highs, went break even. But once I saw this this candle here, this fat old candle taking both these levels out, I just knew we were gonna come up to this high, and then ultimately I just need TP here. So I didn't need all this extra stuff. I just needed this here, so that's where I got out. Maybe a little bit shorter or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much the trade recap, and pretty stressful day. I'm gonna run down through this one more time, just briefly go over everything. So this first trade, We already hit every single level, and I love the levels to the downside, so that's the main reason why I took it. Wasn't a big fan of the rejection area because I don't know, just wasn't anything too. I didn't like too much because at this point we are way past the liquidity here from previous day, and which was Friday's high, and it just looked like we displaced through it. So I was like, it doesn't really seem like a good reversal point, but I really did like the targets here, and this trade did hit. Made an SMT with ES here, as you can see. ES delivered like crazy. NQ was lagging, but it still did hit for 1.5R. Unfortunately, this was a losing trade. Because that micro chart, that fuck ass micro chart, that shit was so annoying. But yeah, after that we made back our our loss from on this trade right here. So basically, since ES did take those levels out, we had an SMT. That's the only target I was looking for. So the only other bias I could have is being bullish. I really don't see us coming lower, especially since we rejected out of that, new week opening gap. Keep that in mind because that's very key in these plays. That's like the main reason why I was bullish, as well as that huge. Remember that huge dump we had since last week. The OTE of that range was something I really liked as well. So this play was very, very nice. We had a 1 minute IFEG. Technically, the entry should have been up here. Oh, yeah, up here. But I took an earlier entry. Didn't even mean to. I thought this got inversed. But yeah, ended up hitting, and well, it didn't hit. Well, it did hit fully, but not. I'm so fucking done with my stuttering problems. It ended up hitting full TP, but not after hitting break even. And luckily, we trailed in profit here, so we made back the loss, but we were pretty much just slightly in profit for the day. And then took a re-entry here. This looked very nice because I don't think I showed this earlier, but we tapped into another 5 minute here. And after we tapped into that 5 minute, you had a 30-second IFEG, right? I don't have it marked up here, but it was like around right here where my cursor is, and ended up getting break even after getting edged. TP was somewhere around here. I just know it wasn't at this high. It was somewhere right here or right here. And yeah, got break. No, not even got break even. This ended up being a loss because I moved my break even point back to stop loss because I had high conviction that this would hit, but unfortunately took a loss here. And then I stayed out of this play just because of that. And yeah, it was pretty much zero for the day, just break even. Lots of stress though. It's 3 trades, dude. And it was I think the part that got to me most was how this wasn't even a losing trade, but that fuck ass chart, dude, that shit pissed me off so much, dude. Like, I'm fine if it lost. Like, I'm fine with that. Like, I had conviction in this trade. If it lost, it lost. It's oh well. But the fact that it wasn't even a losing trade and I still lost all because of a fucking, like, a 2-tick difference, dude, that pissed me off so much, bro. And then, I'm thinking I'm going to make this shit back and then, get stopped in profit. And at this point, I'm like, it's fine. I'm fine with that. And then just this getting, us edging TP here. Like, it's not even a fact. It's more of the fact of things getting edged, right? Like, stop loss barely got hit on the micro chart. This trade I'm fine with. And then this re-entry here on this 30-second. Like, dude, we edged the fucking, what's it called? TP twice. Not once, but twice. And then ended up getting stopped. And then we had a play right after that. And seeing this play happen pissed me off because I'm like, dude, what the fuck, dude? Like, you seriously got to be joking me now. And I knew this would hit, dude. Like, I had so much conviction that this would hit once we got it. But I was already break even for the day, and I was like, I wasn't in the right mindset to take this. And then a little bit later on, let's see, this play happened at 10:27. And then we ended up getting this gold play at about 10 minutes later. So I did have some time to clear my mental. And then seeing this trade happen with great levels, like, honestly, the main reason why I took this was because we had London and all the slow resistance made right here, here, and here. Yeah, that's the main reason why I took this trade, and this was honestly kind of hopes and dreams. I wasn't too confident this would get hit. I just knew for sure, like, I was 100% sure that this would get hit, and we would, at most, or we could possibly hit full TP, or at worst we can just get break even and I won't lose anything. But I had so much conviction in the break even point. Um, so that's why I took this, and luckily this banged, and I was like, finally, fucking Lee, dude. Like, one of the most stressful but craziest days. I really enjoyed today. Everything was. There were zero losses today. There were zero losses, but for some reason it was still the most stressful day ever because I ended up taking a loss here, which should have been a break even. A loss here, which should have been a win, and yeah, just fucking stressful day, honestly. But I at the end of the day, I really do end up enjoying these days because it just gives me so much to look back on, to study myself, see why I'm reacting this way, what's making me think this, and all that good stuff. But love seeing these trades set up and like play out. It's just very interesting, dude. There's something so satisfying about seeing a play that you have so much conviction in play out. Um, but yeah, got a shit ton of data to take, and then I'm gonna hit the hay and go to bed. But that's gonna be it for this trade recap. It's gonna be pretty long, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. And